I think you can all tell from the gathering we have assembled here just how special and remarkable a person Meghan Jones was to our community and how she is living on in each of us as we move forward. Meghan was an extraordinary person who lived a life of service, whose motto was "Nothing about us without us," correct? As a consummate advocate for the developmental disabilities community, and in her life of service in faith and in overall community building. She was beloved by all who knew her. And although I only got to know her for a very short time over the past few years, the absence and the announcement of her passing at the age of 35 on January 8th was shocking. And I know it was shocking to everyone here because everyone loved her so much and respected her commitment and her work and the joy she brought to all she did in our community. And I am thankful that she shared so much of herself with everyone up here, friends of all ages. Many of you viewed her as family of choice, yes? And family of choice is a very important thing these days, now more than ever. We recognize that family means something much, much bigger and much stronger than just those you are related to by blood. And so I wanted to make sure we had the opportunity to honor her service. She was vice chair of the state's Developmental Disabilities Council, a position she was appointed to in 2022. Governor Moore and First Lady Dawn Moore mourned her loss and knew her personally through her advocacy. And I know we will continue honoring that as we all move forward. And I want to say a special heartfelt condolence to her parents, Sylvia and Bob, who are here today, and to also commend them because despite their loss, their extraordinary loss, I know Sylvia's been out fighting the good fight on behalf of this community and continuing to advocate strongly and passionately for the developmental disabilities community. I know I saw her at Developmental Disabilities Day, and she was down there ready to make sure she was heard and that this community was uplifted. And so for that is a very hard thing to do, and we all owe her a debt of gratitude for her continued service in continuing to honor Meghan's work and Meghan's legacy on behalf of this incredible community. So thank you, Sylvia. Mm-hmm. Did you want to speak today? It's up to you. Absolutely.
I just want to thank everybody for supporting us and through these hard times and her passing, your prayers, your thoughtfulness. And thank you for coming today. This means a lot to Bob and I and Alex and Keegan. Thank you again.
I'm looking for Jen Lynn Kerwin. Ah, okay. Yes. She disappeared. Yes, ma'am. I would love for Jen Lynn Kerwin, Director of Up County Community Resources, to speak for a moment as well.
Oh boy, I've been crying in the back. I wasn't ready for this. Wow. Meghan is a force, and she remains a force in this community. I can hear her telling me, "You sit down. This is not your day to work. I'm the boss." And I will never forget it. As one of the founding board members for UCR wouldn't exist without Meghan and Sylvia, right? I mean, this is an incredible organization built on their backs and their tireless efforts for advocacy and love and making sure everybody is accepted and included in all parts of the community. That's about all I can do because I'm going to start crying now. And I don't know if Rachel Chung had a word, our board chair.
Thank you again so much to the Montgomery County Council for recognizing Meghan. I think this is why this proclamation is so important. Meghan did not need us, we needed her. Meghan created a better Rockville, a better Maryland, a better Giant, where she worked, and a better church. She was a very faithful Catholic through her advocacy, joy, and love of life. When our communities are inclusive, we all benefit. Meghan helped me grow as a disability rights advocate and a better member of the church. So again, thank you again for this proclamation. Let's honor the memory of Meghan now. Let us be strengthened and resolved to continue our work towards a gentler and more inclusive world. Thank you again.
And I know there's information posted on Up County Community Resources website about the memorial service that will take place to celebrate Meghan's life on July 12th at St. Francis of Assisi in Durwood. So stay tuned or check the website for additional information if you'd like to join us in that celebration. And with that, I will read the proclamation. The Montgomery County Council of Montgomery County, let me start that over again. The County Council of Montgomery County, Maryland. Whereas, while Meghan Jones left us far too soon, her life is a legacy of determination, commitment, and advocacy for people with disabilities. And whereas Meghan and her mother Sylvia were major forces in creating a sense of community within the Down syndrome population by launching Up County Community Resources to foster inclusion and acceptance in everyday life for people with developmental and intellectual differences. And whereas Meghan's advocacy led her to the Maryland Developmental Disabilities Council, where she was elected vice chair in 2022, she testified numerous times before state legislators in Annapolis, most recently on a bill that removed harmful and outdated language from state laws. And whereas a woman of deep faith, Meghan was a longtime lecturer, usher, and altar server at St. Francis of Assisi in Durwood. While in high school, she was the first person with a developmental disability to serve as a lector at a Mass with Pope Francis at the National Shrine in Washington, D.C. In constant pursuit of how best to serve others, she completed an American Sign Language certificate program at Montgomery College in 2023, enabling her to interpret readings, homilies, and hymns during Masses for the hearing impaired. And whereas upon her passing, Meghan was recognized by Governor Moore for her important role in advocating for Maryland's disability community, calling attention to challenges and working to be an active part of the solution. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the County Council of Montgomery County, Maryland hereby recognizes and pays tribute to the life and legacy of Meghan Jones. And be it further resolved that Meghan Jones lived her life with joy, spirit, and as an example for all of us as a strong and tireless champion for individuals with disabilities, presented on this 4th day of March in the year 2025.